Alright guys, got another bike for you today. It's a 2014 Street Glide Special, mysterious red in color. Let's go ahead and talk about the profile of this bike here since we've got this angle. I'm 99% sure this is the stock seat. This is a loaner motorcycle to myself. My bike is at the dealership right now. But this Street Glide feels like it shoves me up more to the front console a lot more than my bike, even before I changed my seat out. Ergonomically, I'm sure Harley's nailed it. It feels great, perfect. I'm 6 foot, so I feel like I'm a little bit scrunched. I don't know if, ideally this is probably the perfect stock seat setup for maybe somebody 5'9", 5'10", with the stock handlebars here. So anyhow, yeah, that's the first big thing I noticed going from my road glide to this Street Glide, is feeling very compact. Part of that also is probably because my 13-inch risers on my bar and my low profile seat, but bottom line is I feel a little bit close to this. So anyhow, this bike is a loaner of myself. I've put about 1,000 miles on it, just about. Had it for about a week. This is my tour pack on here. Use it to and from work, throw stuff in, whatnot. So anyhow, the rest of the bike is not mine. Starting with this front of the bike here, these have highway pegs. I do not have highway pegs on my bike. These look like they were set up for somebody short, because there's no stretching out. I guess I could kind of maybe rotate them a little bit out and up or down, I don't know. But anyhow, not a fan of these particular ones. I'll rotate them a little bit different than where they are and see if I change my mind, but these look like they're set up for somebody who was a lot shorter. Another thing I noticed about this bike, just since we're talking about it, it's a loaner, is you can see the profile of this clutch lever. It's very thin, and this is the stock one, a little bit thicker there. What I noticed right away when I got on is that this is an aftermarket clutch lever. It's very sharp and thin. It's very uncomfortable on my hand. And then what that did is that drew me to kind of take a look at this bike. I don't know if you can see it here, but somebody's obviously laid this bike down. You can see the very edge of this whole thing. Looks like somebody just dribbled paint along there to touch it up. A few little nicks and scratches on the tank. But anyhow, yeah, that's not the stock lever. It's very uncomfortable. What else? These bags. This bike, actually, here, let's just do it real fast. This is the quick, not the newest version, but just undo these pins here. See if I can do this, and the camera here. So if you can see this here, this is set on high. I had this set with all my camping stuff for this weekend. I actually need to lower it back down to about 8 or 10 or 12 twists. And each click, see if you can hear it. You can hear that. Each one of those clicks, guys, is a half a turn. So if I need 12, obviously do the math, you're doubling it. But it needs to be set a little bit lower. Right now it's real hard. It was set to carry, I had a full load. I had 4 chairs strapped to the tour pack, sleeping bags, blankets, everything. I had all three bags packed. So anyhow, I'll set that. Let's see what else we got here. Stock ass end, as I call it. Nothing special. It's pretty standard and typical for these touring bikes. On this side, guys, we've got the Vance & Hines big radius, the 2 and a 2, I guess. One of my old bikes, I had the Vance & Hines short shots, so pretty similar to these, just straight. And I actually I actually bucked mine off flat. The short shots, excuse me, were kind of tapered and they had a little funky deal like these have at the end. And I cut them flush and wrapped them. Thought it looked better. But anyhow, the sound of these pipes, I'll turn the bike on. Most of you guys have heard these Vance & Hines, but we'll do it because we've got the time. But anyhow, they sound good. They're loud. They're a lot louder than my bike. And I struggle hearing this radio. I've got to basically have this full volume to hear anything coming out of that boom audio. So anyhow, we'll get that started up here. What else we got? Everything on this front end of this 2014 is pretty stock, you know. You can see we've got 12,470 miles on that. Like I said, I've just about put 1,000 on this in a week, so we'll see how they like that when the bike gets returned. What else we got? Highway pegs, exhaust, tour pack. That's pretty much most of this bike, guys. It's a great bike. It's a nice, I know we're going to talk about this windshield. This is a great bike. It's definitely different than my Road Glide, but I know and understand why the craze on the Street Glide, because this is a great bike. So anyhow, let's take a look at this front end here. I don't know if this is stock. Somebody will probably tell me in the video or whatnot, or I could actually do some research, but I don't really care too much. When you're sitting on this bike, guys, this windshield right here, you can see, for me, I'm holding this right at my eyes, and that windshield splits right at my eyes. So above the windshield, I've got a nice clear view. Below, I have to look through the vibrating windshield, and it's enough to give a guy a headache. And it also rained here a few days ago, just a little bit of drizzle, enough to get everything wet, and that was like an extra layer of stuff I needed to see through. So I currently wear a full face down there, and so that didn't deter my vision very much with the rain. The rain seems to find its way off of that pretty easy, but this windshield was nothing nice. So anyhow, again, I'll look into that if that's stock or not, but I do not like the top of that windshield at my eyes. Let's see. So other than that, guys, I just want to do another walk around, another bike that I've ridden and had time to kind of get a good feel of. I don't have much bad things to say about this, just except the uncomfortable seating position, I guess I don't particularly care for. But the rest of the bike, no complaints. Let's do a quick little startup and then we'll be done. So that's about it. Thanks for tuning in, guys, taking the time to watch these videos, and like and or subscribe. I'd appreciate it. I will do my best to get something out shortly. Thanks again for watching.